Hi, I'm Jalil from Infinity Performance down here in Cape Town. Most of the people know me as Mr. Infinity. This is basically our first podcast that we'll be running. Seeing that is what everybody's doing nowadays. We've been having this idea for a while, and we're finally actually making it happen. So our plan for the podcast would be basically chatting to most of the street races. Street racing is happening in Cape Town, and obviously nationally as well. We'll be inviting some of the street racers to come and have a chat with us, speak to us about their builds and stuff. We'll also be documenting some builds that we're doing in the shop, giving you guys a breakdown of what we're doing and how the build's gone. You'll see dyno runs from stock to where we are when we're done. So we will be basically doing a nice series for you guys to enjoy, to see different builds. At the moment, we're specializing, I would say, in the BMW platform, like your S55, N55, and presently B58. We will be moving into the S58 soon, but for now, we're basically concentrating a lot on the B58 platform. I mean, many people that know me know that I started back in '96 with a little Mazda Rotary that I used to race on the N2 many years ago. I mean, that is where most of the races used to take place. We used to meet at Indiana and then make our way down to the N2 and and basically highway runs on the N2. I guess I've been racing since early 90s. I've raced with most of the legends in Cape Town in the street racing industry. I feel like I'm the kid that never grew up. So many of them have moved on to better things, and I'm still stuck here. Well, I won't say stuck, but I'm still here racing with the new kids now. So it's an old guy with the young boys. So our plan is also to bring some of our legends in for an interview and see what they've been up to. I know there's some of the guys that's gone to the track, so we're planning to bring some of them here as well to have a chat and stuff with us. So yeah, so we got some great things planned for the series. So I hope you guys tune in and check out our X-Pod. Okay, so we have Byron here. We're introducing Byron. I would say one of the guys from the new school. Um, so he's got a very quick M140, and yeah. What can you tell us about your car?
Okay, so I'm Byron. Can tell you quite a lot about the car though. So I started off with M140R.
How long do you have
Obviously,
it?
I've had it for a year and a half.
Okay.
So started off, bought the car obviously. First thing that I did to the car 2 days after getting it was a downpipe,
Okay.
obviously. Then decided that the next thing is gearbox software. I needed to do something just to improve it. So I got XHP Stage 3.
No
and then-
ECU tune.
No ECU tune,
Okay.
funny enough. Nothing.
So you actually went to a gearbox tune before.
Before the ECU,
Okay.
because I believed somehow that the TCU would unlock a little bit more Newton meters.
Okay.
Not that it worked, but anyways.
All right. Look, I think a TCU tune is important on those ZF8 boxes. I'm sure it must have been a bit better. I mean, you know, we've been working with Rob with gearbox tunes, and just without any engine tuning, we've gained like on the draggy like 0.4, 0.3 of a second.
Yeah.
So I'm sure maybe you didn't feel it, but I'm sure it must have improved it.
Yeah, I mean, the acceleration was better,
Yeah.
definitely,
Okay.
definitely. But yeah, so I did a whole lot of stupid things to the car first. So basically modified it in stages, but instead of just getting to the main goal, I took it in stages, which cost me about 4 times the amount what it would normally cost a person just to get straight into it.
Okay.
So started with obviously just the normal water meth, water meth intake downpipe software with that ECU and TCU.
Okay.
Car made 306 kilowatt and 640 newtons, wasn't bad. And then that's actually when I joined you after doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I decided to go to the next level and do the G3900 hybrid.
Okay.
And
All right. So
that's,
you basically got one. We're building hybrids for these B58s. So it's basically using the stock housings, but we're using the G3900 core. So we're converting them from a normal bush bearing into a ball bearing turbo. So, I mean,
yeah.
they can handle quite a bit of boost. So after your 900, what did you get?
Well, actually, I want to speak about the 900.
You don't.
Because I got told that I must come in on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it will take a day. I came in on a Wednesday, never knew Jalil properly. So went for a drive in his car and then decided, no, okay, I need something. Something needs to happen because my car feels very slow. But before that, just before I went into his shop, the car felt amazing. Felt very slow when I left. So, he told me that I'd go in, that it would take a day, and then from there we would obviously tune the car and things like that. I went in at, I think, 8:30 in the morning. I left there at about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
12-hour day.
Literally a day. And stuck to his word. Took a day, did everything from start to finish. And it was, drove the car for 2 days, I think, untuned. Yeah, just to let all the oil, like lubricate everything. That's my belief. I don't know if anyone else believes that, but that's my belief. And then I think 2 days later we put it on the dyno. On the Friday. Yeah, on the Friday we put it on the dyno. And the car was, it sounded amazing, obviously. And we ran, what was it before? Like base file.
I think it was 300 odd on a base file.
Yeah, so about 300 kilowatts. And then we started cranking it up, went up to, I think second run was about 380 or so with the water meth. Third run up to like 400, and then it just kept climbing. And we got to a healthy 419 kilowatts, and I think 800 newtons or 799.
The strange thing is a few weeks later, without adjusting the tune, we ran it again and she made like 420 odd.
Yeah. And then a few months after that, not even a few months, a few weeks after that, we ran it again and it made 436.
Yeah, so it just got better all the time.
Yeah, so from my experience, the B58 platform is probably in the modern era. I don't see, like, to me, this is the new 2JZ.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you feel about it.
No, definitely. Look, I think it's difficult. Look, if you want to get, I would say bang for buck. Like if for what you're spending and what you're getting, it's very difficult to beat the B58.
Yeah.
I mean, B58, S58 is supposed to be the ultimate. I mean, it comes in all the M cars and stuff. But I mean, we've seen B58s taking out the S58s. Obviously, S58 in the M car is supposed to be faster. Yeah. But I mean, if whatever money you're putting into your B58, the gains that you're getting, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, from a reliability point of view, besides, I mean, we know what the weak points are on the B58. We know that there's always piston failures, and that is basically the main weak point on the B58. That I know in the US the guys are talking about lifting their heads and things like that. But I mean, we're running 40 pounds of boost, on a stock cylinder head gasket and original bolts, no stud kits or anything. So. But then again, I suppose with lifting the head, it's also a lot to do with the tuning. I mean, I've come from the old age where we never used to run that much timing. So for me, once I got into direct injection, to change my mindset where you can run a lot more timing on higher octane on the direct injection and running it lean and stuff like that, I had to obviously just change my way of thought when it comes to tuning. And I still have a little bit of the old habits, I would say, when it comes to timing. So maybe that's what's just saving us at the moment, where we're not lifting heads, we're not blowing head gaskets and stuff like that. Yeah. But I know US, the guys are saying it's lifting the head and stuff. The only failures that we've seen is pistons. Yeah. I mean, the rods are pretty strong. Yeah. I mean, but once we build them, we do rods as well.
Yeah. So I actually watched a podcast.
Mm.
When was it? I think I sent it to you on Thursday.
Yeah.
Watch a podcast, and the first thing that came to mind on the B58 of someone completely different to South African was that it is literally the cheapest way to make power.
Yeah, no.
Any BMW, it's the cheapest way to make power, because now in Rand you can pick one up for like 380 to 400,000 Rand or 140.
Yeah.
Might have high mileage, but if you're willing to do engine work to it, if you're going to strip it, you don't really mind about the
Yeah.
mileage.
You know what is also a good buy would be a 340.
Yeah.
Because the 340s are a little bit cheaper.
Yes.
Same engine. I mean, if you stick the
Like
same amount of money.
27,
Yeah. No, not even 27. You can get the earlier 2016.
Yeah,
And you know,
yeah.
340 came out, you can get a
yes. That was
2015 Gen 1s.
Gen
Yeah.
1, yeah.
Look, we mostly talk about Gen 1s. I mean, we've built a few Supras as well. Those Gen 2 motors are also pretty strong. But I mean, 90% of our work is on the Gen 1s. I mean, so,
Oh, well, that's why I trusted you.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I came to you. You took me for a drive in that car, and I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
So then we actually cranked it up. I mean, after that, we did
I think
port.
we did the port injection and we added some ethanol to it.
Yeah, we did port, added ethanol, and added the plenum,
Yeah.
the intake
The
manifold.
intake manifold, and that took us to over 500 to the wheel.
504 kilowatts and 820 newtons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raced it.
Yeah.
Raced it once.
Yeah.
Felt something. Said this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And proceeded to take it out on the highway. Felt it again. Kept feeling it.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a dip. And I
Yeah.
brought it to you. Said it's not idling right. It
Yeah,
feels a
she was
bit-
just erratic and stuff.
yeah, feels very erratic, and yeah, I think you lifted the head to obviously look at what's going on.
Actually, I took it for a test. I was chasing a little bit of draggy numbers here, so
yeah,
I think on the second revision on the road tune, it actually let go. So,
Yeah. But
and
that
when we
was-
stripped it, we found the number 6%. They actually eventually went. So,
yeah,
well, it was just a matter of time. The way we were beating on it,
yeah,
it was just a matter of time for it to go.
yeah. And I mean that engine, I abused that engine.
Yeah.
I literally, it was stock motor, 504 kilowatts, being abused daily.
Yeah, look, like I said, the pistons are just the weak point in it. I mean, we've replaced on stock motors, no tune, nothing. We've replaced pistons on the motors already.
Yeah.
So it is just a weak point in it. Or,
Interestingly enough, my car piston 6 failed, and there wasn't even software on the car. The car came from factory, 46,000
yeah, originally,
Ks.
yes.
Yeah, 46,000 Ks, piston failed, and BMW replaced the entire motor.
Mm.
It's just a thing.
Yeah, it looks like it. So, but okay, at least we know that is sorted now. So we know that's
very,
not.
very, very well sorted. But yeah, I mean, I've been watching B58s from, I think I had a RS3.
Mm.
Wasn't too bad, just very quick off the line, very quick quarter mile, but lax in top end. Felt a bit down on power at top end.
Yeah.
And then bought a 120 because I thought I was spending too much money on cars. So bought a 120, drove for 6 months, didn't like it. Bought a 230,
Okay.
which is the same motor, B48.
Yeah.
Same motor as the 120, B48. Didn't like that either because for some odd reason, when I thought that I bought the 230, I thought, maybe I'll make a bit more power than the 120.
Yeah.
Made the exact same power off a stage 2 tune. And then just decided, you know what, if I'm going to do anything,
Just go to.
just get a B58.
Yeah.
And
Look, those Audis are not bad. I mean, the only thing, overseas, even locally, I mean, South Africa has some fast 2.5s.
yeah,
So, but I think you need to spend quite a bit of bucks on it to get it to go.
yeah, the
the way-
TTRS
Yeah,
as well.
TTRs, I mean, those stuff are fast.
Yeah. They
I
are.
don't think in stock form, but I mean, like I said, you need to spend quite a bit of money to get them to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, once we discovered what was going on with my car, then I think you were moving shop at the time.
Yeah, we were moving.
Yeah. So you moved shop. You came to the bigger shop.
Yeah.
And we stripped the motor. Stripped the motor. Yeah.
We stripped the motor at the new place. Yeah.
Took everything out, figured out what was going wrong, and put the order in to what are they? King Tech.
Yeah.
King
Yeah.
Tech
So
Racing.
basically, look, King Tech. The owner's a good friend, man. Look, he's been manufacturing for a while, and I know there are some guys that say, nah, the pistons are noisy and this and that. But I mean, I've been working with him for many years. I've been working with him since 2021. And whenever I saw something that I didn't like or I wanted him to do, he would improve it all the time. So I know initially the pistons were quite noisy. I asked him, we need to figure out a way to make them quieter. And we came up obviously with the coating on the sides. That works beautifully. They became quieter. Then we had a little failure on the M2 that we built. I mean, and the M2 done 30,000 Ks on it, and I'm not talking about normal commuting. This guy just races this car. It doesn't do anything. When a car comes out, it gets raced.
Yeah.
So we heard a noise on the engine. We thought it was maybe a bearing. We stripped it all down again, and then we found that the gudgeon pin was broken.
Yeah.
So I went back to Ren. I told him, listen, we had a gudgeon pin failure. So since then, we've been using the HD, high definition gudgeon pins. So they're thicker.
I was going to say
They're a
thick
lot
ones.
thicker. They can handle a lot more. So that problem was solved. And then we've always been working with the rods. We had little small end pushers wearing out very quickly. He changed the material once again. Better clearances, better fitment. And I mean, I'm running this on my M3.
Yeah.
My M3 makes 900 horses to the wheel. I'm running it on the 140. The 140 is making 1040 to the wheel.
At least now I know.
Yeah. I mean,
Thank you for giving it away.
Yeah. We're running the same setup on Musi's car.
Yeah.
And I mean, he beats on his car a lot. And
Yeah, you raced box now recently.
yeah.
Beat a
So,
couple of box.
and I mean, I've done a few builds. I mean, this guy I've even got it in my bike.
Yeah.
Right. So he built a set of custom rods for me as well. And I mean, the bike, it's not making that much power. It's just like making 350 horses to the wheel or something.
Not that much.
So it's not that much. Yeah. I mean, if we're looking at, we want to make 700 at least with it. But I
With the
mean,
bike.
yeah. So 350. And I mean, the rods, everything's holding up nicely and they have no issues.
And it blows flames.
Yeah,
Saw
it just
that the
blows
other
nice
day.
flames. Yeah. And then, I don't know what else. So that's what I'm saying. So, whatever issues we have with them, which was right at the beginning, 2020, 2021 is when I started working, when I met him, when we started working together.
Where did you meet him?
I met him out in Dubai.
Okay.
There was a car show expo thing in Abu Dhabi, actually. And they had a little stand there.
Okay.
And yeah, we met there. And yeah, so it's just been like any issues. So what we're doing now is we've got a piston that he made. That you're running it.
Yeah.
You're actually the second person to have it with a fully coated piston.
Yeah.
And now we also fitted it into the M3 as well.
So that will be obviously part of the whole build setup.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
the Infinity channel and things
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
So look, if you listen to your car, it doesn't sound like it's forged at the moment.
It's quieter than stock.
It's quiet in stock, yeah.
Yeah. It sounds amazing. It took me 3 days to run in those Ks, to run the motor in. And in those 3 days, there was absolutely nothing. I couldn't hear them. I didn't even know that anything had been done to that engine at
The
all.
surprising thing with your build is, though, that there was normally before the rings bed in, there's a little bit of oil consumption, and it actually pushes some oil out of the breather.
Yeah.
I don't know why the B58 does it. So I spoke to a few guys overseas as well, and they all experience the same problem. And a friend of mine in Israel is a very good BMW tuner, Ayman. Because when I built my one car, the very first time I used a JE piston
Yeah.
with a King Tech rod, because he didn't have pistons for the B58 at the time. And I had this problem where as soon as it boosts, it would just dump a lot of oil in the engine bay.
Yeah.
Like the catch tank was filled up immediately. Hamilton Bernard's, changed the piston to a Marley piston because they had the same issue. So, and we built somebody else's car as well. I can't remember. I think Thabit's car.
Yeah,
Thabit
yeah,
had a similar issue also.
Yes,
Once,
yes,
like
yes,
before
yes.
it was bedded in properly. Like it just took some time. With these ones, you never had any issue.
Nothing.
And when I changed it on the 1 foot, it also, after that, I never had any issue.
Yeah.
So,
To be honest, my car has been like almost like a good luck car.
yeah.
It's had one small thing, which was the piston brake.
Yeah.
Other than that, that car has run like very solidly.
Yeah.
It's done very well in terms of like racing. Like I say, I beat on that car all the time. And like even tuning and things like that, I don't think that you've struggled with it once.
We forgot to mention, we fitted it into Damon's car as well.
Yes.
And if
true.
you're talking about somebody that
Yeah.
uses his car,
Yeah, no. Someone that abuses his car, and then he tells me, "No, I don't abuse my car. I don't abuse this at all." Yeah. So if there's anyone that abuses their car, Damon.
Damon is it.
And
Look, if the rods hold up to Damon, then it's going to hold up to anyone.
yeah, I think every time he leaves a place, any place, it can be a grocery store, it can be home, it can be anywhere, he'll end up spinning out.
Yeah.
He'll at least do one power slide somewhere. He'll do donuts everywhere. Yeah. But yeah, so in terms of my build still going forward, we've now we did the motor. While we were doing the motor, I decided that it would be a good idea to do a big turbo. You said to me that it would, but to run the motor in, we should obviously keep it stock turbo.
Yeah, we put the stock turbo on it just to bed it in nicely. I mean, you did that in a few days.
Yeah, 3 days that was done, and then so we ran in with the stock turbo. The most annoying thing I've ever done in my life. It had absolutely no boost. It was, well, compared from what I'm used
if you
to.
didn't sell your G30 900 hybrid, we
Yeah.
wouldn't have had this issue.
Yeah.
Because obviously the wastegate was modified for the G30.
Yeah.
So it was obviously too short.
Yeah.
So we were getting an error when you were running it in.
Yeah, so it was so nice to have the car back, but at the same time, it was very slow. But I could help run the motor in. So now that the motor's running, now it's amazing. But yeah, progressing from there, we started building that big turbo.
Big turbo, yeah.
I know that you did tell me it would take about 5 days for that manifold, but I mean, that was not even a day.
Yeah.
A couple hours that manifold got built in.
Yeah.
I think you were more
Look,
excited.
I think what happened was that we had all the material.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you wait for the flange to be cut and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
And
got that flange
I
done
had
while the motor was
Yeah,
being
I had the flanges in stock in any case, so that saved us quite a bit of time.
Yeah, so, and I mean, that was done, like I say, a couple of hours. And then from there, then we started installing things. Well, first we obviously saw that everything fits. Started installing things, obviously checking what the clearance on the downpipes, making sure that actually clears everything, because we wanted to run 100 mil, and we just kind of realized that it's going to squeeze too tight between the block.
It's just you see, we're just unfortunate with being right-hand drive that we have the steering column that's always blocking the way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we're always limited to how we make our manifolds and stuff, because we just don't have the space.
Yeah, and so I mean, once we saw that, then we decided to go for 89 mil downpipe, and then me being me, 89 mil straight pipe as well. So not one single box in.
Yeah.
it.
But it sounds good though.
Yeah, sounds
good.
I don't think that there's a B58 in the world that actually sounds like this car. It's
Look, I
completely
think
different.
the other mod that we did was the A to A.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah. Look,
First in South Africa, it seems like.
it looks like it, yeah. So, I mean, if you, we had an issue with the orange car. Remember with the intake tins and
People
everybody
claim
that
they would beat you. Meanwhile, there was a complete boost leak.
Yeah, you have to take your losses at some point. But anyway, so on your car we went A to A. I know the guys in the US also likes A to A.
Yeah.
I know they got a car with air to air that's super, super fast.
Yeah.
I know RK Tunes, Jordan's also a air to air guy. And I mean, we did some research before we did it.
Yeah.
We spoke to quite a few guys. I mean, we know lots of the guys in the industry, not just locally, we're talking about globally. I mean, I had a long chat with Merrick from Empower House, and he also said, listen, just get rid of the air to water and just stick a big intercooler on it.
Yeah, get rid of the
I mean, for what we want,
yeah,
it was a good option.
Yeah.
I mean, last night we were testing and that air to air is working. Okay, it was cold.
Yeah, it was.
But still,
it was a cold night, but
I mean, it was consistent. It kept the AITs in check all the time. It didn't. It was never erratic. It stayed constant.
Yeah.
all the time. So
yeah, so we did big turbo, 89 mil downpipe. We did air to air, single exit as well. Also, I will actually claim it that I was the first single exit in South Africa. I will 100% claim that because I never saw another single exit. So single exit, and then
we don't know. Maybe somebody in Joburg done it, to Durban. Somebody, let us know. Let us know. We'll come fetch your roof.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. If you have a single exit, you have to race, no doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I mean that the build was relatively quick. Turbo, obviously, we had way before the time.
Yeah.
I nearly got scammed. But anyways, bought a turbo that wasn't actually someone selling it. They were just trying to scam me.
Somebody's selling it in East London.
Yeah.
And you get scammed by a guy that stays 2 roads away from you.
Well, the guy stayed down the road from me. But yeah, so nearly got scammed. Then decided to buy a G35 900 for the reason of you have a G35 1050 on
I got a 1050, yeah. But we were trying, or we are still trying to have more response, instant response.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're still trying that. It's the lowdown power.
Yeah, look, like I said, last night we were testing and 18 PSI for that turbo, it's not working.
Yeah.
We just want to figure out everything. I mean, we had to delete a lot of the Folco stuff that we're not using.
Yeah.
So basically what I did was I took your original old G30 900 hybrid tune and adapted it for the full frame turbo basically. Well, that's just for now.
That's till Monday.
Yeah, till Monday.
So yeah, I mean so we did that, and then last night obviously we went and tested. What time were we up till last night in the shop?
I think we left the shop at about 10:30.
So again, promised me that I'll have the car on a Friday, and stayed here till 10:30 at night. Busy sorting everything out. All the guys were here. Everyone was here.
Things almost went south though when we came back from our test drive.
Yeah.
When the water pipe
When the water pipe came off, yeah. Nearly. That was nearly a little heartbreaker. But yeah, I mean, everyone was here. Everyone seemed happy to be here. Like I was actually going to say it earlier, you seem more excited about this car than what I did.
I like all my builds, man. I mean, it just like any car that we build. I mean, the Audis, we enjoy it.
Yeah.
I suppose if you don't enjoy what you're doing, then why do it?
Yeah.
And especially in this industry, I mean, I know there's lots of guys coming out and there's lots of new tuners, new shops and stuff, and I just feel most of them lately, it's just all about the bottom line, like how much are we going to make?
Yeah.
I can tell you that
Dino Queens.
I'm in the business since 96. That's like 28 years.
Yeah.
Right? And no matter, if you speak to any of the guys, there's no way you're going to be rich. This business is not going to make you rich. I won't say rich, won't make you wealthy.
Yeah.
And so the only wealth you're going to have is you're going to have a good family, you're going to have a good life, you're going to have a good team behind you. I would say that would be the wealth that you're going to, and the friends and stuff that you're going to meet, and that's the wealth that you're going to gain from this business.
Yeah.
But if you want to have 10 million rand in the bank, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not going to be for you. If you're doing it just for the money, then I promise you, your customer service is going to suck. And the main thing and the biggest lack of what we have in the industry now is backup service, customer service. Not saying that a customer call you at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, but I mean, if a customer's got a problem, at least try and sort it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, well, I mean, how many times have I gone out racing? Said to you, now I'm going out racing.
yeah,
And then, 12 o'clock, then I get a call from you. How did the racing go?
yeah. No, we want to see. We can't win everything. I mean, you know, but at least you want to do well.
Yeah.
If you're gonna lose, don't want to lose by too much.
Yeah, if I do lose, I'm not very happy about
Yeah.
it. But anyways, yeah. So, it's been good. Like I said, everyone from this side, from Infinity side, has been very good. Obviously, it's been a good journey so far, and something that I mentioned to Shabby last night or this morning, sorry, was a friend of mine was promised his car yesterday by another company. I will not mention any names, but was promised his car. It got tuned, everything got done, everything seemed fine. Probably like moments away from the car actually coming out of the shop. 5:30 hit, that's closing time. They closed their doors. They told him, please come back on Monday. That's why I choose Infinity and I'll stay here. And it's not to pretend like you guys are faultless, but there's a lot of effort, a lot of
we
dedication.
always we try to do the best we can with everybody. I mean, there's obviously some customers we can't please, and I can tell you that even customers that we don't please or we can't please, we always advise them to go to somebody that can help them.
Yeah.
We don't mind helping them. Find somebody that can solve their problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? So, like, it's just, even if somebody leaves us, we want them to leave on a good foot. Yeah, I mean, if it's something, I mean, if you spend a lot of time with me, and if somebody calls me and it's something that I can't do, I will recommend somebody that can. Even most people think like, yeah, why are you dealing with that shop or that tuner? I can tell you that I can walk into any tuning shop in Cape Town, besides Johannesburg, because I got lots of friends in Joburg, and those guys will help me. I recommend if I'm not in the country, because I haven't been traveling for a few months now. But I mean, if I do travel and people call me for tunes or whatever, I would recommend a few of the tuners that's here. I don't want to say like, now I'm not here, wait for me, I'm coming back or anything. I mean, there's business for everyone. And if the other tuning shops do well and they bring out fast cars, we'll have better racing. And it just makes things fun. I mean,
the only thing is that when they do go to the other shop and then they come to racing and then they lose, they end up coming out anyway.
Yeah. No, but I mean, there's a few shops here that's got some fast cars.
Yeah, there is.
And never mind the shops. I mean, there's some guys building cars in their backyard, in the garages at home. That's are fast as well. Which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've only been in Cape Town for 3 years. Obviously, come from the Joburg car scene, which is huge. They don't do major builds like, well, the guys that I knew didn't do major builds like this. So no big turbo builds and things. A hybrid was pretty much as far as they would go. A big turbo build in Joburg's like, okay, this person's serious.
Yeah.
Because most of them use them for their daily cars. So most of the cars are daily. So doing a big turbo build to their daily cars, they don't find it like feasible to do that. But the car scene is huge. The racing scene is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do highway racing in Joburg,
look, I know the highway racing in Joburg is big. I mean, they've got different locations.
Yeah.
They also have nice track racing there as well.
Yes, they
because
do.
they've got a few options when it comes to tracks and stuff. Which we unfortunately don't have. So we've got either Killarney or we'll have to go to Saldanha when they have 800 meters. The only things with Saldanha is not that often. Obviously, the guys that do the Saldanha event, there's a lot of things they have to go through before they can get the event going. Yes. So I suppose that is what makes it difficult for them, because they've got so much red tape there. Besides being an airstrip, there's a lot of red tape. They have to do application to the municipality. They have to contact the traffic department because they need to close roads. So it's just, I've seen what they go through. So it's not the easy thing. But they can't just say, let's have an event in a month's time, because it won't happen. Because they got so much things to do.
Whereas there in Joburg, there's literally I mean, on Thursday nights now, I think it's ODR.
Yeah.
Have Thursday.
No, ODI is actually, ODI, I don't think you have anything officially, but I see there's quite a bit of racing happening at ODI now.
So there's 2 or 3 tracks in Joburg that have Wednesdays and Thursdays,
Yeah.
and there's actually a new track opening in Benoni, funny enough, a 400-meter strip in Benoni that I've seen on social media, on TikTok, and that's apparently going to be quite a good racing scene as well. Looks like they're going to do Wednesday nights.
Okay.
So yeah, look, the racing scene in Joburg is cool,
Yeah.
but like I say, when you come here, it's like competitive.
Yeah.
Like Joburg, it's nice, and the guys will go, okay, cool, enjoy, you beat me. Here, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Look, I think it's a lot to do with, I always say the Cape Town guys got big egos here.
Yeah,
It's also difficult to get the guys to come and race here
yeah, it is.
because I don't know what's the story. If you're losing, that's a big thing. I don't know. We're
think-
always fighting with the
I
guys.
think we give away our power beforehand. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the car on the dyno. Well, you're going to put the car on the dyno, tune it, do everything, and I'm not going to say anything to anybody.
I don't think it's got to do with power. That's what the guys need to realize, that it doesn't matter how much power you're making.
Yeah.
Can you use it on the road? Can
That's-
you use it
that's
at a
the
track?
thing, yeah.
That's the thing. So
I've got a very good question for you, though. If you have to put your 140 and your M3 on the same street, what's going to win?
okay, so let's say we're gonna run a 1K.
Yeah.
The 140 would probably be in front for about 600 meters.
Okay. And then
And
M3
then,
comes.
Yeah. As much as I hate to admit it, that the M3 is extremely fast.
Yeah.
It's not the quickest car, but my M3 is extremely, extremely fast.
Yeah. Also
So-
a big single turbo.
Yeah, it's a big single now, but I mean, I've been on twins for long,
Yeah.
and it made 920 wheel HP on the twins,
Yeah.
and that car on the top end is extremely fast. Nothing besides a GTR that was, I'm talking about a crazy, I think it was a 2,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit less, but I mean, that thing was fast.
Yeah.
And that's the only car that ever beat me
Yeah.
in a top end run.
But with the technology and the stuff happening now with B58s, if you carry on, let's say for the next year, just developing your car, the 140, sorry, your 140, do you still think it will be like that?
Yeah, I think the M3 is always going to be faster.
Okay.
I won't say quicker. I think it's always going to be faster.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the one.
there's a lot to do with the M3, man. Like the gearing. You see, most guys get it wrong. That I was speaking to Faisal the other day, and we were discussing this, and then no matter if you, it's always got to do with the gear ratio.
Yeah.
And when I came to the bike racing, my secret to my bikes and my cars was always gear ratio. Even when I used to race the Hondas back in the day,
Yeah.
the secret of my turbocharged Honda was always my gearing.
Yeah.
So no matter how much power you're making, you can make 1,000 horsepower in a 411 diff ratio. Let's just say in a 411 in this car is going to do 200 k's an hour. You're always only going to do 200 k's an hour.
Yeah.
You maybe get there quicker, but you're always only going to
you're
do
only gonna-
200 k's an hour.
yeah.
So we used to do little trick things with the bike, with the sprocketing. I should calculate this gear, this sprocket with that sprocket. I know Achis from A, he also used to fiddle with the gearing and stuff. And the same thing with the car, with the Hondas and stuff, man. I used to run a different gearbox. And guys always used to think that we were just running a normal B-series box, but it was always something else. And that was what always made that car faster than... Because I used to build similar setups for other people as well. Not saying that I was not wanting them to be faster, but they wouldn't want to do what I did.
Yeah. Like go that extra
Like
mile.
go that extra, like why would you want to take a gearbox machine, the shit
Yeah,
out of the
exactly.
box, to fit whatever duff in there?
Yeah.
And
But I
then-
mean, it's the same as your M3 and 140.
it's the same thing. That's why I said the gear ratio, the gearing on my M3
Yeah.
is also not stock, man.
Yeah,
you understand?
exactly.
And I could possibly do it to the 140 as well. But the budget is not there anymore. I don't want to add it into there
Yeah.
because at the end of the day,
Rather,
The-
well, you need to get the M3 running first.
the M3 is still my baby.
Yeah.
You know what happens that people always ask me, why didn't you sell the M3? Do you want to sell it? So when the E36 M3 came out,
Yeah.
right, I wanted the E36 M3.
Yeah.
But when it came out, I was like 20 years old.
Giving away your age.
Yeah, so I had my own business, whatever, but I mean, that time we were turning over, I couldn't afford the M3 at the time. But I mean, I always wanted the M3.
Yeah.
And then, because I couldn't afford one, I said, fuck, I'm going to build my Honda to beat the M3. So I always beat them,
Yeah.
but I always, in the back of my mind, I always wanted
You
them.
always want one.
Then my very close friend, Cherise, he bought the E46 and we turbocharged that thing.
Yeah.
And that car was extremely fast at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to race Suzuki bikes and stuff. We raced Hayabusa. Look at the Hayabusa used to come past us, but at the top end you could see we were running him down.
Yeah.
So back into an M3 E46, and then I always said, okay, I'm going to build a, after Cherise sold that car, I always said, I'm going to build the E46 turbocharged. And then you get sidetracked, and then I had a whole lot of different cars. The only thing is that I've never ever stuck to one particular platform.
Yeah.
So I started out racing a Mazda with a rotary in.
Yeah.
We turbocharged that rotary, and then I went to a Honda. And then I raced the Hondas for a very long time. So I raced Hondas from 96 all the way up to about 2007. So almost,
Okay.
right?
That's actually quite recent.
Yeah. And then I had a Nissan Pulsar GTI-R as well in between here, which was also a nice, fast, quick car.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I had the Pulsar in 2005. 2005, we were doing 10s with that car. Fully street car with a baby seat strapped in the back seat.
With the baby seat.
With a baby seat. And I mean, a 10-second street car back then. And then I had a few Evos. I had 2 or 3 Evo, which were also quick. And then I left the cars for a while.
Okay.
And then we were just messing around with the bikes, messing with the bikes.
Yeah.
And then it's actually Musi. Musi decided he's going to buy an M3.
Which
M4 actually. He decided to buy M4. And then we started messing with his car. Sorry. And then he decided, yeah, you better get your own one.
Yeah.
And then we bought the M3. And then obviously, since 96, 93, actually 93, from 93, 94, 95, that period, I wanted this M3.
Yeah.
And then now I'm at the point in my life where I could afford this, the M3, and then, okay, we got that. So it's a bit difficult with me parting with it.
Sell it,
Yeah. So we'll just keep building it and improving it and stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's, I mean, I think we all know the car.
Yeah.
We all know what it's about. And
Look, I can tell you that if you just look according to Draghi, obviously we haven't, it is the fastest M3 if you're looking from 100 to 200, 200 to 250, 200 to 300.
300, yeah.
On the Draghi. I'm not saying there isn't other M3s in the country. I know there's a lot of M3s and M4s that's quicker over a quarter mile, but that was never what I wanted for that car. I never wanted that car to be a quarter mile car.
Yeah, I wanted more of a top
I
end.
always wanted that car to be a 800 meter to a kilometer car. It was always built for Saldanha.
Yeah.
Basically. It was always built for Saldanha. It just many times the towns that went out to Saldanha, we had some issues with it. Like there was once where we had some boost surging with it. It was an issue with the tune that I had in the car that I couldn't figure out at the time.
Yeah.
The strangest thing is that event, all our M3s and M4s that we tuned had the same issue. We all had the surging. We called it the woo file. Because we would hear this car going woo, woo, woo at the top end. So anyway, we eventually got that sorted out, went back to the next event, and we cleaned up our class.
What's the top end of on Saldanha with the M3?
The fastest has been at Saldanha was 274 on the 800.
And the 140?
Fastest, the 140 has been at Saldanha on the 800 was 272.
Okay, so they're close, but
they
M3
closed
still
it.
takes it.
However, the 140 does it in 15.9 seconds.
Yeah.
And the M3 does it in 16.2. So if I had to race him heads up,
Yeah, the 140.
the 140 would have beat it. Yeah.
But then take another 200 meters and the M3 will probably come past.
Probably come past. But that's what the old setup. I don't know what we're going to do now with the new.
With the new one, yeah. Because obviously building the motor,
Yeah, we're giving. Look, the motor was built two years ago,
Yeah.
and then we rebuilt it, and the build was done, and it was just a week, and then the car caught the light.
Yeah.
It burnt for the second time.
Good for
So it burnt, and we took everything apart, and then we decided we're going to try the new pistons with the coated, with the
new
coating and
coated
stuff on. So
pistons, yeah.
let's see.
Let's see what it does. Oh, yeah, I mean, look, I'm very happy with mine. With regards to what it does, I mean, I've been out the whole day today, and the car is perfect. I mean, it's been not a hot day, but it's like the odd 20 degrees, and it's fun. The car's perfect. It is 100%.
There's still a lot. I mean, we just took it up and down the road just to set the boost, just to get the boost
to get everything
dialed in. So there's lots of dialing in that we still need to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure once it's this coming week, once the meth is back in and the port is working, and
once everything's actually back.
Look, those turbos, you can't boost them as low as we're boosting it now. They don't work.
Yeah.
We need to at least minimum 27, 28 pounds. That is where we need to be, at least minimum.
And the motor's good for?
No, the motor's good for 50 pounds, man.
Okay, cool.
We can make over 1,000 because you're running exactly the same setup as what the 140 is, and I think this package is a shade over 1,000.
Yeah, so the only difference, obviously, I'm a 900 and you're 1050.
Yeah, but from what I can feel, I can't see where that extra is coming from, because it feels it's not dying out at the top or nothing. It's pulling the power all the way through.
I was going to say, it actually, like, I can hit that thing's limiter if I need to.
No, it's like it goes to 7.2 easy,
easy.
without any.
There's not even a question about it. But yeah, I mean, today, obviously it's very loud, so it wakes everyone up. But this morning it was fun. Today, the whole day it's been fun. Car feels amazing. Got everything sorted out today, balancing alignment. Obviously, you felt that yesterday.
Yeah.
I got everything done, but now it's just for the new week and some new mods. Not mods, but
we just need to get everything wired back up again. So we wired up the port injection, so that's all wired up. We just need to wire up your meth again.
My meth. And then...
And just so, by the way, we only use Cool Boost kits for all our kits. So the guys at Cool Boost produce complete kits. However, we don't use the whole kit because most of the guys, we build a custom tank for it. But all our components is Cool Boost. Yeah. The controllers, the nozzles, the fittings, everything is Cool Boost. Yeah. But we normally make our own tanks. Yeah. Just that many times customers want like a stealth tank hidden away or whatever. Yeah. So that's the only reason why we build our own tanks.
Oh, there's one other thing on my car. The only limitation. So if anyone obviously sees what your car's making compared to what my car makes, I mean, we know the gearbox.
Yeah.
The gearbox is the limitation.
The gearbox is the limitation on that.
Yeah. So we've changed piston. We've basically overhauled everything that was a limitation up to the gearbox.
Yeah.
Now it's just the gearbox that will hold us back.
Look, there's a few things that we obviously learned over this last few months when it comes to gearbox.
Yeah.
So we'll see how far we can push your one on the HP50.
Push it until it slips.
Yeah. Because now looking back, the symptoms or the issues that I had with my 50 wasn't actually really the clutches that was slipping. Okay. It was more to do with the settings that I had.
Yeah. Okay.
That was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, because I got a stage 1 HP70 in.
Yeah.
And it developed the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So
100%.
After we tweaked it a bit, it's not doing that anymore. So let's see.
Now put that similar kind of setup on the HP50 and see what it can do. Yeah. See what it can hold.
We'll see. If it slips, then we'll just bring it back.
I just want to see what your car and my car does next to each other, because I want to see a 1050 versus a 900. That's all I want to see. I want to just see where it comes in, if it comes in earlier. I mean, you're running an equal length and I'm running a log manifold.
Yeah.
Exhaust manifold. Yeah. So there is obviously that difference, but I want to see where the turbo comes in. I want to see all that kind of thing. Just see roughly what's actually going on. And then take it from there. If I can be anywhere close to you, I'm more
I think
than
you're also running a top mount and I'm running a bottom mount.
Yeah. yeah, so you could get a bigger downpipe. You've got a hell of a lot of space.
Yeah, I got more space. I mean, I've got
Compared
a
to
100
me.
mil downpipe on there.
You've got a lot of space compared to me, whereas I've obviously limited that, but I wanted the look.
Yeah.
Obviously, from day one, you try to convince me do equal length, do bottom mount. I wanted the look. I wanted it to look nice. Sprayed it red. Just about everything went red.
Yeah, everything went red.
And yeah, I mean it's been good. Car looks good. Put an M2 front bumper on it. Well, look-alike front bumper on it. You guys did my coilovers for me as well. You actually did just about everything on the car.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, the car's running nicely.
I think we just need to get your car back to Junaid at Empire just for him to blend that bump in.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously it's difficult to spray something off the car. I think you need to.
And it's plastic versus metal.
I think it needs to go there to him. I'm sure you'll get it to blend nicely.
Yeah, 100%. That, and then something else now that with the car that needs to be done. Oh, the carbon fiber bonnet.
Okay.
Need to do the carbon fiber bonnet. That's something that has to be done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, everything else is good. Pretty keen to see what's going to happen now on, is it Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Monday, we're going to dyno pump fuel map first.
Yeah.
Get that going, and then when the port injectors
The injectors are arriving on Tuesday, I see.
Yeah. So then once that arrives, then we can obviously throw the ethanol in, connect the ports up, connect the meth up. Well, the meth will be connected on Monday. Connect the port up, and then start running from there and see what we're going to make. Not give it away to anybody else. No secrets.
Okay.
But yeah. Cool. Sure. Obviously, now that everything's done, once the dyno and everything's done, I need to say thank you to Infinity, thank you to Jaleel, thank you to Shabby, yes, because she made me some chicken the other day, and the Nando's chicken was very nice. But thank you for everything. Appreciate everything, all the time, efforts, money, everything that's gone into it. And I think that we just obviously look forward to what's to come on Monday, well, the following week.
Yeah, I think we need to chase some records a little bit. I know the guys at Joburg, Colab, shout out to Colab for taking the quickest stock turbo, B58.
Yeah.
And then Ryan Pong from No Nos Motors, also shout out to him. I mean, he's been running great times all the years, and always supports us. And then obviously Pierre from BYM. Pierre's always my guy to go to whenever I have some issues. I'm also running a BYM manifold, just so that you guys know. So we do spread the love. We try to support everyone in the industry. I mean, Colab, Raul always supported me whenever I needed a dyno in Joburg. Yeah. I was always welcome to go and use his dyno, so thanks to him as well. So be on the lookout for Byron's car on the highway near you. And
I will call everyone out.
You're going to call everyone out?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Anyone. I don't really care how fast their car is.
So look out for his build on our socials, on our Infinity page, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can reach us on any of those social media platforms. And smash the like and subscribe button.